All right, let's talk about a Madrid derby that is just packed with drama. This is way more than just Real Madrid taking on Rayo Vallecano. No, this is a story of two completely different worlds colliding. You've got one team going for the title and the other just scrapping to stay alive. So yeah, let's get into why this game is so huge.
And look, a quick glance at the table tells you pretty much the whole story, doesn't it? You've got the Giants, Real Madrid, sitting pretty up in second place with 51 points. And then, way down in 16th, you have Rayo Vallecano with just 22. I mean, that gap is massive. It's the classic David versus Goliath setup, right here.
And that's really the heart of it, you know? This is not just another weekend match. For Real Madrid, 3 points are absolutely non-negotiable if they want to keep the pressure on for the title. But for Rayo, man, those same 3 points, that could be everything. It could be the difference between staying up in La Liga or facing the nightmare of relegation. The stakes couldn't be more different or any higher.
Okay, so let's zoom in on the home team first. Real Madrid. Playing at the Bernabeu always comes with this immense pressure, right? It's what I call the Giants' burden. You're not just expected to win, you're expected to put on a show.
And in La Liga, I mean, they've been on fire. Just an incredible 5-game undefeated streak. They've looked like a well-oiled machine, really. That kind of form is exactly why they're right there in the title race.
But, and this is a big but, there's a catch. They're coming into this game with their pride seriously wounded. Why? Because of a really painful loss in the Champions League to Benfica. That defeat didn't just knock them off their perch a bit, it also shined a spotlight on some defensive issues. It's like a little crack has appeared in that shiny armor.
So what's the game plan now? It's simple. Bounce back and bounce back in a big way. They're going to want to unleash that crazy offense of theirs. We're talking the second best in the entire league, 45 goals scored. They need to prove that stumble in Europe was just a fluke and get this title hunt back on the rails, full speed ahead.
All right, let's flip the coin and look at the other side of this story. The visitors, Rayo Vallecano. They are not walking into the Bernabeu with that burden of expectation. No. They're coming in with something else entirely. The pure, raw desperation of a team that is literally fighting for its life.
And man, are they in a tough spot. Think about it. You're heading into one of the hardest away games you'll have all year, and you're doing it on a 3-game losing streak. Their form has just vanished at the absolute worst possible moment.
And this number says it all. 1. That is it. That's the number of points keeping Rayo out of the relegation zone. Just one single point. From here on out, every single game is a cup final for them. Can you imagine that pressure? It has to be suffocating.
You look at their season record, and it just highlights the struggle, you know? Only 5 wins all season. 5. Getting those 3 points has been a huge challenge for them, and, well, it's the one thing they need more than anything else right now.
Okay, so who are the players who are actually going to decide this thing on the pitch? Let's take a look at the predicted starting 11s for both teams.
First up, Real Madrid, likely rolling out in a 4-3-3. And I mean, just look at this lineup. It is absolutely stacked with world-class stars. This is a team that's built to just dominate you. Right in the engine room, you've got Jude Bellingham. He's pretty much the definition of a modern box-to-box midfielder, isn't he? A guy who just never stops working. He defends, he attacks, he leads, he does it all. A true general out there.
Then you look out on the wing, and you have the absolute nightmare for defenders, Vinicius Jr. You've got that magical dribbling, that devilish pace. His ability to just take a player on one-on-one and change a game in a split second is elite.
And then, leading the attack. Well, this number is just ridiculous. 21. That's how many goals Kylian Mbappe, La Liga's top scorer, has banged in. In just 21 games. That's a goal a game. It's just lethal.
So here's the full predicted lineup for you. It's an incredible collection of players, really. A team designed to come at you from every single angle and just overwhelm you.
Okay, now for the challengers. Rayo Vallecano is probably going to line up in a 4-3-3 as well. The idea is likely to try and match up with Madrid and, hit him hard on the counterattack when they get the chance. And this is the group of players with that, well, monumental task ahead of them. They've got to somehow try to shut down that insane Madrid attack while also finding a way to create a few chances for themselves.
So, as we get closer to game time, let's just boil it all down. What does this one game really mean? You've got 2 teams from the same city, Madrid, but living in completely different universes, and both have absolutely everything on the line.
At the end of the day, for both of these teams, there is zero margin for error.
Absolutely none. If Real Madrid drop points, it's a huge hit to their title hopes. But for Rayo, a loss could be, well, catastrophic. It could be the thing that pushes them into that relegation zone, that dreaded drop.
So it all comes down to this, really. What's going to win out? Will it be the immense pressure of chasing a title? Or will the raw, desperate need for survival be enough to fuel what could be the upset of the season? It's going to be fascinating to watch.